Dividing a quantity in a given ratio. Exercise 1F from rates and ratios. So these are very common questions when we're working with ratios, particularly worded problems, where we're given a total value and we might be asked to split it amongst the ratio. We might be given a value of part of a ratio. So I might say the ratio of girls to boys in a class, for example, is 3 to 4, and there are 60 girls. How many boys are there? Lots of different questions. They are very straightforward to answer, okay, because you're following the same steps every time. So in this purple box, the steps are explained to you, but I will show you through the examples below. So example 11 says, Mikhail and Ilya were given $450 to share in the ratio 4 to 5. How much did they each get? Okay, so we're going to share it through the whole ratio, and the 450 represents both the 4 and the 5. So the first thing you need to do is work out how many parts that money needs to be broken into. So you add both numbers in your ratio, 4 plus 5, which gives you 9. So that's 9 parts. Then divide the total quantity, so 450 divided by 9, which is $50, and that's each part. So that's your second step. And then what you want to do is multiply that back into the question. So the ratio is 4 to 5. I'm going to multiply both sides by 50. So you get 200 to 250. Okay, and that's Mikhail and Ilya. So always the order that they're written in the question is the order that they appear in the ratio. Alright, so basically what you're doing here is you're working backwards. So previously we've worked with ratios and simplified them. It's working with a simplified form and putting the value back in. Okay, example 12. A man left $6,000 to be divided among his 3 children, Zia, Yui, and Z, in the ratio 5 to 8 to 7, in that order. How much did each get? Now, it doesn't matter how many parts to the ratio, the steps are the same. So because we're splitting this $6,000 amongst all three parts of that ratio need to get added together. So 5 plus 8 plus 7, which gives me 20 parts. Now divide 6,000 by 20, and each part is worth $300. Okay, now 5 to 8 to 7, so times each part by 300, times by 300, times by 300, and you will get 1,500 to 2,400 to 2,100. And that's Zia, Yui, and Z. Okay, so very brief explanation today. There are some HSC questions to have a look at, and have a look at all the word problems in the exercise, because they do come in all different forms. So just so that you're familiar with all of them, pay particular attention to the additional questions for 1F.